Going on, guys? This is a very sad moment because this is going to be the last session of the Road to Raw National Series that I filmed here at Tyson's gym. Sorry I didn't put out a video last week to cover week 3. It was honestly a disaster of a week training wise. I was just scrambling to get a lot of experiments done for my last week of work, and training reflected that. So there was nothing I could really show you that was worthwhile. I'm not one to hide any sort of terrible sessions, but it was just kind of like the same old shit you saw in week 2. So I finished work, I'm done. Last day at the NIH was last Friday, so I'm a free man now, and I'm just gonna be spending the next couple days moving out. So today we have squats, we have bench, we have RDLs, and we're gonna make it a good last session here because this gym has been the home for many fantastic sessions and 3 pretty big preps for me already, so you gotta make it worth it, guys. We had to break out the extra small sleeves today because my smalls are no longer usable. They honestly smell so bad, and I've washed them so many times at this point, there's no saving them. So these are extra smalls. They take definitely a little bit more time to get on than smalls do. But I actually just went ahead and ordered a pair of Stoic sleeves. The extra smalls. They size a little bit bigger than the SPDs, and I'm really thinking about giving them a try because I've just found that with SPD, some sleeves are hit or miss, but I have worn a pair of Stoics and the smalls actually felt fantastic. Like, the material was very thick. It's just that they felt, whew, a little bit extra work. They definitely felt like they were sized more like a medium SPD than a small, so I'm gonna size down and see how that treats me, but man, hopefully I get a little bit of extra zing out of these extra smalls today, so stay tuned for that. Whew. What's going on, guys? So I'm back home in New York now. This is actually my house.
No shit.
I just moved back from Washington, D.C. yesterday. Packed all my stuff up Monday and Tuesday. Got back here last night, and this is my first day of filming back home. So I recently just left the NIH. For those of you who know, been following the channel for the past year or so. Been working in biomedical, genetic research at the NIH, and very recently made the decision to pull the trigger on leaving science and leaving all of that behind. So I'm pursuing acting now, and this has been something I've wanted to do pretty much my entire life, and only recently made the decision to do so. So I'm back home now, and a lot of exciting things are to come. So just to give you kind of a rough walkthrough, because there are a lot of people out there who kind of just say, you know, I'm going to do this, 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 and this without doing it. So I'm applying to a scholarship program at Upright Citizens Brigade. I'm going to be taking fall classes at the Strasberg Institute of Method Acting. I will be auditioning, self-auditioning for whatever roles I can get, if I get them, because in the beginning, you know, obviously having an agency and having a resume with stuff on it helps a lot for getting gigs, and if you don't, it's going to be slim pickings for a little while. That's okay, because this is going to be a journey, and it's exciting to kind of start something from scratch. Essentially everything I've been doing up until this point has been a result of the momentum I've been building essentially since I was a nerdy little kid. So now it's nice to essentially be in kindergarten again and start all over. I'll be auditioning for voiceovers and animated voice roles because I love doing voice impressions, as you guys know, and there will be a video up tomorrow. Right now it is Wednesday, so tomorrow on Thursday there'll be a video up.
You sit on a throne of lies.
And yeah, I mean, there are a lot of things that I'm going to be doing in the future, and I'm just really excited to do them and show you all of it. And we're going to go to the gym now because I look like shit and I'm small and my arms are really frail and they don't fill out my sleeves. Okay, bye.
She can't feel the face no more. She says she can't feel the face no more.
Hey yo, you niggas must be out your fucking mind. You better bust that if you gon' pull that.
Alright guys, so bench is done. The way that I have training set up now, this is actually my first time being on 6 days a week bench in a couple of years now. I've been rolling with 5 for a while, it's worked really well. Definitely accumulating more fatigue as I've gotten stronger, even doing 5 sessions. So it does push it, but I've reduced my volume per session, and then the 6th day is what you guys just saw, those 5 tempo singles. And the reason I'm doing that is I compete on a Thursday, so I would like to have both practice and a really important data point. Because with bench press, if you're benching really high frequency, your strength fluctuations are just kind of all over the place. And as many data points as you can get, the better. So what better marker of performance can you have than singles the day before, especially tempo work, to really work on staying tight and kind of maintaining and improving your technical proficiency. So having that marker of knowing, okay, I performed this well the day before the meet, and then this well the day of the meet, knowing the disparity between those days and the relationship between those days will make it really easy and a lot more predictable to make my training around all of that as far as bench press goes and manipulating that volume. So the other real big thing I wanted to talk about, guys, is kind of what I'm doing with my training going forward. All of you guys know I've been working with Joey since 2014, so it's been almost 5 years that I've been working with him. But as of this week, I let him know that, and it wasn't anything personal, it wasn't anything with the programming, but I've just been running into a lot of injuries and kind of nagging little aches and pains. And going into this nationals, I just kind of wanted to put everything on my shoulders. I don't want to come out of nationals being like, I could have done this, I could have done that. So I just want to make sure that everything is within my control and I can leave nationals, you know, whatever the result is, saying I did everything I could and everything that I wanted to do was done. So I'm going to be coaching myself going into nationals the next 13 weeks. I definitely heavily advise against a lot of people coaching for themselves, and the reason for that is, one, if you're not experienced, you just probably won't have the best plan going forward. And then two, it's really easy to get neurotic about your training and start to change things especially if you're a very smart, cerebral person. And I definitely have always been this way, but I think it's going to be a fantastic challenge for me and something I'm totally willing to remove myself from and kind of separate my own personality into lifter and coach. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I've already written the blueprint for my training all the way into nationals and have the next 6 weeks just completely laid out. And I've sat down for a really long time just nitpicking and making sure that everything was written exactly as I want it to be. And that's it. I'm done. Sheet's locked. I'm not changing anything. I have a separate sheet where I'm just changing the numbers, like putting in what I hit each day to just track progress. But as far as training goes, like, I can't touch that shit. I'll be my own worst enemy if I start changing stuff. Ultimately, I buy into my plan, and I'm thankful and lucky enough that Joey is such a good friend of mine that I can always go to him for support or a second set of eyes as far as training goes. But yeah, guys, that's kind of the second big change or big life thing that I wanted to talk about, because I have worked with Joey for so long, and this is a change that is definitely going to be a bit of a shock. But I think ultimately, just for my own mental space, it's going to be the best if I just have this plan laid out in my head and can follow it going into nationals and be cognizant of all of my aches, pains, injuries, blah, 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 and know that what I'm doing in the gym is working around those, and just set myself up with the best possible opportunity to do the best that I can at nationals. So I just finished up. Like I said, these tempo bench presses were wildly inconsistent. You'll see the rep speeds are all over the fucking place, but I'm hoping that this is going to improve over the next 13 weeks, and ultimately it should improve, which will be fantastic, because the bench press, the way I do it, is incredibly, incredibly technically demanding, and I have to be able to make all 5 reps look the same, right? Because on meet day, you're doing 3 attempts, so you get 2 fewer chances, and you're going up in weight each time. So if you can't replicate setup, that could be the difference between making or missing a lift. But anyway, I'm rambling. I'm done talking for the day, and I'm just going to show you guys tomorrow's SBD day now, because tomorrow is Thursday. It's the day we compete, and we got a big SBD day, singles on all 3 lifts. And you know what? We're just going to get to showing you guys that right now. Oh man, good morning guys, welcome to Thursday. Welcome to the Thursday video. We're waking up here at the bright old hour of 11 a.m. And today's going to be a fun day, not just because I have a good SBD day that I actually slept for, but because I get to see so many friends that I haven't seen in a while. And it's like, every time I come home, for those of you who travel a lot and like are always moving from place to place, you probably know what I'm saying, where I'm like, they always ask, they're like, oh, well, how long are you here for? Like, how long am I going to see you for? And the answer is always like super short. But now I get to be like, yo, I'm back. So it's going to be really fun to catch up with a lot of people I haven't in a while. Give you guys a little tour. This is actually our like hangout room. It's directly connected to mine. And this is where like, whoa. Who's that fat fuck in the reflection? Jesus. Anyway. So this is like the hangout room, watching movies sort of thing. If you want the work and foosball, you're gonna get fucking smashed. Bunch of baseball memorabilia, because I'm a big baseball fan. Some football memorabilia. And you guys can see it's a beautiful day outside. Look at all of that rain and that mugginess and depression. It's beautiful. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna check my weight, because my scale's downstairs still from moving. Keep you guys in the loop on what I've been doing with my diet. I mentioned this in a previous video that I've been kind of trying to recomp, and my weight's exactly kind of where I want it to be. I don't really want to go too much lower than this. And then I'm gonna cook some breakfast, because we're in New York. We got the New York bagels, so the breakfast game is about to be crazy. This is the LPS 400 from Brecknell. We'll see where my weight is sitting. Give you guys a little, can you see that? Yeah.
So 85.2 is 187.8 pounds about, and I don't mind really hanging out here. It's kind of comfy, a little bit leaner than normal, but it doesn't really bug me training-wise. It doesn't make me feel dead. I still get to eat enough food, but I definitely like sitting closer to 87. Like that's kind of where I feel, it's where I feel invincible. It's where I feel nice and thick and bloated. So for any of you guys trying to figure out where you want your diet to be and where you want your weight to sit, a good piece of advice that Alberto Nunez always posts on behalf of 3DMJ, also on his personal page, is like, the body weight you're most comfortable at is not always the weight where your performance is best. And that's okay, right? You have to be willing to forego one form of yourself for another if your goal is more supported by a different you, essentially. So this is what this measly cheater arch powerlifter physique is looking like right now. I feel pretty flat, honestly. My arms are never big to begin with, but this is just atrocious. Well, we're gonna be needing that for sure because we have that, and I don't know, we got an assortment of yogurts here. We already had the key lime pie one. I'm gonna grab 2 of those. Why? Alright guys, so I totally lied. I looked at the stove and I was just like, I don't have the energy to cook this morning, so the toaster counts as cooking, right? So we got 2 bagels, Tempty cream cheese, the best cream cheese on the planet, a light muscle milk. These things are dope. There's only 1 gram of fat, 20 grams of protein, and then 4 Chobanis, 2 key lime pie, which are part fat, and then 2 blackberry, which are non-fat. If I had to be 163 or 205 like a month from now, I could be either with, I wouldn't say just as much ease. It'd be easier to get to 205 in my case. I was so serious when I said that I could just eat forever. Like, this is not going to be, I'm sure a lot of people are looking at this like, holy crap, that's so much food, but I could honestly just pound this down and just not really have any sort of issues. Like, I probably won't even be full after eating this. But I just want to talk about kind of what like my attitude is going into today's SBD session. So we're 13 weeks out from Raw Nationals, and my deadlift and bench have been fantastic, but as you guys know, I've said it 1,000 times, my squat has been lagging behind, and I just, for a while, was not really sure what to do about it. But I remembered baseball, guys, I swear, just sports in general, but baseball, it really teaches you a lot. The motto for today is just do what you do. And do what you do best. And kind of the message to take away from that is to not get outside your comfort zone and to remember that you do this stuff well. Like, you succeeded in the past at it because of what you did well. So like, focus on that. Remember that. Like, just do what you do. Stay within yourself and good things will happen. So that's just kind of where I'm at today. I know I've been having a lot of like mental sort of blocks with squat and thinking like, I need to do this, I need to do this. It's like, no, dude, like, you were succeeding doing what you were doing. So like, don't fucking overthink it. It's not that difficult. Just do what you were doing like a few months back and everything will be fine. So that's pretty much the energy I'm going to bring into today. That's something that you guys can definitely take into your sessions, because there are so many times in powerlifting where, because of the fluctuations in strength, we just change up things and think that we need to do something different to succeed, when in reality our strength top end might just be getting masked. And we just need to keep the train moving. So I'm gonna eat this, and the next you guys see of me, I'll be probably like 5 pounds heavier in the gym, where I thrive in the land of hypertension.
This is the only reason I come to United.
It's vlogging in Cole.
It's the puppies, man.
Hey, Cole.
You got my boy Nick right here. This is one of the co-owners of United. And honestly, having these two guys, you guys haven't seen X, but having Nick and Xavier is honestly a huge reason why I train here. So today's Friday, guys. Welcome to the Friday section of this video. It's just a Larson press day for me, so nothing really exciting. My SPD days are now Thursday, so I'm just gonna get to the Larson pressing, but kind of the one thing that I wanted to mention, kind of to close out this video in terms of the overarching message is just, it's really important, even though powerlifting is an individual sport, like it just adds that extra like X factor, the intangible, to have like a crew of people that you train with who support you, provide like a great atmosphere to train in, and just like you just feed off of each other's momentum. So like whenever I train here and have like a consistent training block at United, my training just goes so much better than anywhere else I've ever trained, and I think that's definitely a testament to the atmosphere, the people, and all that sort of stuff. So just surround yourself with people who share the same goals as you, who put out the same energy, and I just, with everything in life, that's how you grow, that's how you succeed. So enough fancy talk from me, enough motivational crap. Let's just get to these Larsons, and I just want to sleep. We got it. I don't know how, but we got it. That was probably the most I've ever grinded on bench ever. That was not intended to be that hard. So now, we'll drop accordingly for these back down sets and no more overshooting for the day. Bro, this is what real fucking pizza looks like right here. Alright, so for all of you fucking whores eating Domino's, you know what the fuck you're saying. I want to be eating fucking pizza right now, bro. How good is that right now?
I give it a 6.4.
That's your Dave Portnoy rating?
Yeah.
What about you, Mike?
Nick, you're right. It's probably like a 5.
Yeah. I had a refeed day yesterday, so I have poverty carbs today and fat. I always have poverty fat, so I can't eat pizza. One of these days, man. One of these days. Nick over here got his tonsils taken out, so he has to eat like spaghetti and jello and shit. What do you have over there, man? Oatmeal?
Spaghetti.
With like grated up sausage, and you put it in the blender.
I thought you were getting meatballs.
Straight up spaghetti.
He can't eat meatballs,
I
man.
can eat meatballs.
His teeth will break or whatever happens after you get tonsils taken out.
Straight up spaghetti.
Like I said, guys, training atmosphere is everything. Having a good group of guys to train with and just a bunch of like-minded goons makes training go a lot further than it could if you had to be alone. So that's the end of the video. I don't have anything else to say. I'm just gonna sit here and fucking sniff the pizza that I can't eat. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you gotta do, and I'll see you in the next video.